What's going on today, guys? I have something very exciting to show you, and that is the Solride Surfskate. So here I have the Hahalua model, also known as the Ray, and I want to talk about why this surfskate is the most innovative surfskate on the market. I think it's only fair that I give a little background as to what surfskating is. So surfskating is riding a skateboard with a front truck designed to really accentuate the rail-to-rail aspects of the board and the riding. A lot of people are using this to be trained for surfing, snowboarding, wakeboarding, because it really teaches you how to pump and generate the most power you can out of every motion with these boards. So one thing that makes the surfskate I'm holding here today really unique is that front truck. It's the motions, it's the way it's gonna feel, and we'll dive into that a little bit more as we go further into this video. But I do wanna talk about some aspects of the deck, the Ray here. So a lot of you guys are gonna find this board really comfortable or familiar feeling if you spent much time on a skateboard, surf skate, any of those. The nose and tail are gonna feel very comfortable in addition to the concave if you spent time on a skateboard. But that concave nose and tail are gonna open a lot of doors for you. Not all of their boards are gonna have this deep of a concave, and not all of them are gonna have a nose kick as well. But I really like this board, and I wanted to talk about it because I think this is gonna be kind of the comfort board that most people are gonna wanna choose to use. With having a nose, a tail, pockets, and concave, you're gonna be able to do a lot of the tricks that you're used to. If you're a street skater and you wanna be able to do your kick flips, your heel flips, all your flip tricks, this board is gonna be very good for it. Now, and if you're learning how to just pump and you're wanting to focus more on the surf trainer aspect, the concave is gonna really help you get a good grip on the board and keep your feet locked in there. One thing I wanted to mention is the wheelbase is gonna be 16¼ inches. The width of the board is 9 inches, so from rail to rail, 9 inches, and the length is gonna be 33¼ inches. So those are gonna be the specs on the Ray board. Not all your graphics are gonna come chewed up like this. I've been hitting a lot of rails with it. I've been using this board specifically, not as much as a surf trainer, but more of a skate trainer. I skate freestyle a lot of the time. I do a lot of longboard dancing, and a lot of that comes with wanting to understand flow, making sure your riding style is as smooth as you can possibly make it, and this board has helped me out phenomenally. I think it's about time we dive into this front truck here. So I have one disassembled. One thing that's really unique is we have 4 different levels of these bushings. The bushings that we use aren't like you're gonna find on a normal board. We have a back truck that's very similar, 2 bushings, compresses with the toe heel, but the front truck is what's really unique. Basically, we have 2 bearings inside this truck, a bushing, a hanger like you would normally see, base plate, and we suspend them on risers. Not all of the risers are going to be the same depending on what model you choose. Some of them are going to be angled. So in having an angled riser, you create an angle in the truck, and it's going to change the performance, the ability to pump. I really like an angled riser if I'm focusing more on the surf training aspects. But today we're just gonna throw a green bushing in here. That is going to be our softest. That is what I have in this board right now. We're gonna go ahead and put the bushing in there. Take our wide bearing. You're gonna see that there's an edge that almost looks like it's shaved down on one side. Now that shaved edge is gonna rest face down. Press that on in there. At this point, we can take our hanger. You'll notice that it has a plus shape. So the whole concept behind how this truck works is that plus shape is going to compress against the corners of the bushing and allow it to turn. Now, the stiffer that bushing is, the less movement you're gonna get and the more weight it's gonna take to trigger movement. All of the bushings I have here are gonna move a decent amount. The blue one's really made for a little bit of a heavier rider. I don't really recommend doing that. The green is going to be the loosest, so people learning how to surf skate, people using it for the surf trainer aspect, the green bushing is going to be your friend. I really like the pink bushing, which is going to be kind of like a mid-level. I do a lot of longboard dance steps, so for that I need a stiffer, little bit more resilient truck. I just want it to, when I step, be able to move, but not completely dive in. So that purple gives me a lot of flexibility. The red is going to be the stiffest. So I think for people ripping bowls, people street skating, by far, you'll want to choose the red. All our boards are going to come stock with the green, except our red model, our shark board. But I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to tighten these trucks down. It's a little bit tricky. You're going to want to make sure that because this is on a bearing, you only tighten it till it's somewhat snug. You know, you don't want things to be coming loose, but you want them to be a little bit snug. If you compress it too much, it is a bearing, so you might damage it. So very similar to how you're going to tighten your wheels on a board. You kind of have that point where you're starting to feel some resistance, and once you hit there, you just kind of want to back off. So I'm just hitting that. And perfect. So I have this front truck assembled. I hope this video has been really useful for you guys. I've really enjoyed riding the Surfskates made by Solride. This board is the one I wanted to talk about because I think this is a really good entry-level board for people to toy with, and I think it also will perform at a high performance level. I've been skating freestyle with it. I've been ripping bowls with it. I've been doing longboard dancing with it. I mean, the limits to what these boards can do is up to you. And that's kind of why they chose their slogan, you know, find your line, because they have so many different ways you can ride this board and set it up. It's really, really customizable to what you want out of it. And one thing I didn't get a chance to mention was we have a brake option for these trucks as well. So now if you add a brake into these boards, it will back off once it hits a certain point. It'll lock out. You won't be able to get wheel bite. Now on these boards without the brake, you can get wheel bite, but the board has to turn so sharp that you're gonna fall off before you end up getting that bite. But I just think that that's a good breakdown video for you guys, kind of talking about the Solride Surfskates, introducing you to the product, and I hope you have a wonderful day. If you want to check them out, check out solride.com, and hopefully you'll find them in your local skate shop soon. Thank you guys.